YouTube, what the f is up? We back in the building, man. Shout out to all my people on YouTube. One time for the BigZoeTV community. We in here. Let's go, man. Shout out to the people, man. Y'all already know if you have not heard. I was on vacay for a minute, but
I'm back, Jamie. And I'm back for good.
all the people that said, yo, Zoe, take a break. Take a break, man. Take some time. You know what I did? I listened.
Okay.
I listened. And I took a break.
Oh my God.
Shout out to me taking a break. And shout out to the people for sticking around. Shout out to all the subscribers. Shout out to everybody. Real quick, I want to talk about this real quick, man. I saw this video that popped up on my timeline, right? And this video was about academics who had a conversation with Birdman. Academics having a conversation with Birdman. You know, it was full glaze mode on that one. Glaze you, net! Because this is what he does. It was full glaze mode. 100%. He was glazing. But that's what we expect. They get opportunities, man, when you glaze. You just got to be okay with glazing.
Brother,
As he was glazing Birdman with Whack on the phone.
All right, Stunner, I'm gonna hit you back. All right.
Stunner's a legend.
It was a glaze circle.
Oh my God.
It was a full glaze circle.
what's that?
They was on there talking to Birdman, and they talked about a couple of things, but they talked about, you know, him possibly doing a documentary with Birdman.
If you out there and capture the whole little moment, yeah, I want to capture all that. That's gonna make the doc. That's gonna make it perfect.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Say less, bro.
Cool. But one of the things that they talked about that I want to kind of go through real quick is Birdman basically saying that Drake is trying to get Lucien Grange out of control for UMG. Now, when we think about the lawsuit and we think about everything in the midst of it, you know, we talked about how Drake, you know, is suing, and people wondered, what is the reason why? Why would you sue, bro? You know how it makes you look. This might be another motive. Now, we know that we threw out the motive out there that he's probably doing this because he's in his feelings. He lost the battle. He needs to find a win, all that other stuff. All that stuff still applies because we still know that he's in his feelings.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
But this could potentially be another reason why he's doing this, because there's an ultimate goal in this. And the ultimate goal in this could be to get Lucien Grange out of control for UMG. Now, this is a theory, so don't take this as fact. I'm gonna play this video. We'll go through this and we'll make some comments about it, all right?
Birdman just revealed to academics and Whack 100 what Drake's legal strategy is against UMG, and all I can say is, I told you so.
Let me tell you something else. He about to be the next Lucien.
Drake's
I told you
endgame
this
is
months
to
ago.
have
I
Lucien
told you.
removed as the CEO of Universal. And why would that happen? Universal is a publicly traded company, which means people like Lucien who are employees have a board that they answer to. So if it's uncovered that Lucien, as the head of UMG, is engaging in nefarious activities to defame its biggest artists, that's a reason why he would be removed as the CEO.
I'm gonna tell you this. I could see that in the sense that we all know that these companies, they move off of profit. So if there's a board, right, and the board is looking at this as in this CEO is not good for profit, because if Drake is our biggest artist and Drake is our most profitable artist, they're gonna look at the profit before they look at saving the CEO or doing anything in the CEO's name, because all that matters at the end of the day is that this label is profitable, and that's at the expense of anybody. That's at the expense of the artist. They just need to know that they're profitable. Give the artist whatever little chump change they get, but we need to be profitable. So I could see where this is going.
If it comes out in discovery that UMG is engaged in shady practices that harm all artists, not just Drake, that's room for him to be removed as a CEO.
Now, with that one right there, right? If it comes out that they've been moving in not so great ways in the eyes of the board, right? Yeah, I mean, we can see that, but a lot of that is hope on the fact that they're moving wrong. It's almost like you hope that they're moving wrong. You hope that there's something going on with Lucien Grange and he participated in some things to basically take down Drake, which is, to me, to this day, I still can't really like put that together, because I cannot fathom, as a businessman, as somebody who's a CEO of a company whose main goal is profit, why would you want to take down your main artist who you say is your biggest artist? Like, we can't lie. The numbers don't lie in the sense that what Drake has sold over the years and what he's done over the years, like, it don't lie. But why would they want to take him down? It just doesn't make sense at the bank. The shit doesn't make sense. A lot of people threw in that theory about them wanting to have better negotiations. I don't see that, man. I really don't. Because at the end of the day, Drake is who he is. I don't see there being a plan to take this man down just for the sake of negotiating a better contract. To me, it just doesn't make sense. Maybe you could do that with another artist, but I feel like with Drake, it doesn't make sense. But let's continue.
Because that brings negative public light from regular consumers like you and I, and also artists would be hesitant to sign to a label who engages in practices that could one day hurt them. Drake is a self-proclaimed petty king, and I think the end game for him here is to not take down Universal, it's to take down Lucien Grange himself. I think that he feels he is more valuable to the company than Lucien is.
I'll give him that. I can see that. I'm pretty sure Drake feels that he's more valuable to the company than Lucien is. I'm 100% sure of that. I mean, because what people look at Lucien, they just look at Lucien like, you the numbers guy. But I'm the artist. I'm the bigger artist. I'm the guy bringing you the bread. I'm the guy making the money. I feel like I'm the biggest artist you've had on this roster in years, and I still am. That's the mindset. So does Drake think he's bigger than Lucien? Of course he does. Come on, man. Come on. Of course he does. So why would it be far-fetched to even think that Drake would want Lucien gone?
If you listen to this clip from his song Away From Home, he said, who's the CEO of Universal? They mistaken. Because Google says it's Lucien, but that just doesn't make sense. Who's filling up the piggy bank? Who's bringing home the bacon? So right there, he's telling you, I bring this company more money than Lucien does.
That further proves the point. Drake feels like he's bigger than the program. He has always felt like he's bigger than the program. And in this sense, he definitely feels like he's bigger than Lucien. And for him to lose the way that he did and feel like, oh my gosh, it's because Lucien helped. Now, why wouldn't it be that the next goal is to get Lucien out of here? I mean, you heard Birdman say it. He's going to be the next Lucien. And if Drake is the next Lucien, who does that benefit, y'all? Birdman. Like, come on, man. Let's just be honest here, man. Of course that benefits Birdman. All success that Drake has benefits Birdman. Let's be honest here.
If you listen to this clip from Larry Jackson, you're going to hear him say, Drake's catalog is worth more than the 70s, 80s, and 90s combined.
Artist you just mentioned is that if you look at his music, he's bigger than the 70s, 80s, and 90s combined. I don't mean like one artist from that era. I mean all of those eras combined.
One artist is worth more than 30 years of music. If you buy into this, and Larry Jackson is very knowledgeable, that would really mean that Drake himself being signed to UMG and having his catalog there is worth more than all their other artists.
When you put these numbers together and you think about that, if that is a true fact, right? And Drake is, his catalog being at UMG is their biggest profitable catalog in years. And we're talking about artists combined. Again, why in the fuck would Lucien try to take that down? Why would he fuck up the bag? Why would he fuck up the money? Why? It just doesn't make sense. So also with Drake's goal of doing this, if this is his goal, him doing this, it just doesn't make sense. It has nothing to stand on, because what would be Lucien's motive? You can't tell me that you're willing to risk someone, in this case, if that's the truth, where his catalog is bigger than 30 years of music, you would risk that by trying to take him down just to negotiate a better contract? Like, are we serious right now? This is why I say none of this really makes sense. The lawsuit makes no sense. His aim makes no sense. Somehow, some way, he feels like he has a chance to win this. And maybe that's something that we don't know, because at the end of the day, we're not 100% in the know. We go off of what we see and what we hear, right? We have to keep it honest. But I just feel like this is a stretch in a lot of different ways. But they always say you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So this was maybe Drake's opportunity to feel like, I'm going to take this shot to try to get Lucien the fuck up out of here. And if I could get him the fuck up out of here, I can control things a lot better on this side. I feel like Drake wants to be the artist to control things over there at UMG. And this is his way of doing it. If he can get him ousted out of here, maybe this is his way. Maybe this is the plan all along. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just going off what I hear. I don't think this is a bad theory. I don't see somebody doubling down on what Drake is doubling down on unless you have an end game. But then again, you could just be that stupid. Yeah. So look, man, at the end of the day, this is a lot of industry shit, a lot of industry politics, a lot of industry talking. There's a lot of things that go on in the background that we would never know. We would never be privy to. We would never have the information. We can just speculate and wait for things to unfold, right? Now, I don't know what's going to happen with this lawsuit thing. I haven't heard much about it. I don't know what's going on. But if this is Drake's goal to get Lucien out of here, it makes sense. It actually makes more sense than him being mad at Kendrick. You know what I mean? Like, it makes way more sense than him being mad at Kendrick. You can't be this mad that you're suing and you're doubling down on this shit. It's crazy. Now, I do want to say that this could also be just another way to try to spin the narrative and take the attention away from the fact that Drake is just butthurt, and that's the reason why he's suing. Because we do know something for sure, and that's that a lot of the Drake fans have tried to find ways to spin things to make it seem like it's not because he's mad at Kendrick. It's not because he's butthurt. He's doing it for the smaller artists.
Stop the cap.
He's doing it for the smaller artists, and he's doing it because he wants to get the bag. There's been all kind of things that people say, man. But at the end of the day, I think that Drake is salty, for one, but I don't think that this isn't an added motive. I think that this could also be part of it too. So look, man, I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. How do y'all feel about the lawsuit today? Do y'all feel like the lawsuit is over him being petty? Or do y'all think that there is a hidden motive here? Do y'all think there's a bigger plan? I would want to think there's a bigger plan because at the end of the day, this lawsuit is just fucking stupid. Let's keep it a buck. This shit is dumb.
Oh my God.
But this is where we are, and I want to know how y'all feel about it. Let me know in the comment section, man. It's your boy Goods, BigZoeTV. Let's go.
Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it.